Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Hope you guys are doing great today. Today's video is going to be on a different sort of a palette, not an eyeshadow palette. All the videos which I have done so far on this channel have been on eyeshadow palettes, but this channel is a place for palette reviews and I will be reviewing different kind of palettes, and that's what we are going to do today. Today I'm going to talk about this palette from Benefit. This is the Brow Zing palette and Brow Zings, I think. Brow Zings Pro palette, and I'm going to show you how I have done my brows with this palette. I am really loving this palette and I wanted to share my thoughts on this palette. So if you guys are interested in a brow product, then please do continue watching this video. So my favorite kind of brow products have always been brow pencils. The Nabla Brow Divine is one of my holy grails. This is what I use most of the time, and the ABH Brow Wiz in the shade Ebony is another favorite which I use as well. But since I found Nabla Brow Divine, which is much less expensive than the ABH Brow Wiz, this is around 20 Singapore dollars. I buy it from Beauty Bay. I just forgot about ABH Brow Wiz, and since the brow product is something which I use almost every single day, just maybe on the weekend if we are not going out, other than that I use it almost every single day, so I go through these pretty quickly. So in a month I would say I probably use up like 2 brow pencils, and when it's $20 a pencil, it does add up. So I felt like a brow palette would be a really good investment. So that's why I purchased this Benefit Brow Zings Pro palette, just to try it out and see if I really like the idea of a brow palette. I am a brow pencil girl. I love the convenience of a brow pencil. Definitely this is more quicker, and I do have one on hand just for those very quick days, but on most of the days, these days I am using the brow palette so that I don't, go through these pencils over and over again. Okay, so let's look at the palette. So this is how the palette looks like, the Benefit Brow Zings Pro palette. You have all the instructions behind. There are 4 brow powders, 3 waxes, and there are 2 dual-ended brushes as well. This is the one which is medium deep, for medium deep brow hair. So if your hair is close to my hair shade, then you can go for this one. This has deeper shades of brow products. This one I don't remember how much it retails for, probably around the $50 mark. When you see it at the first instant, you may feel like it's expensive, but considering you won't go through this as quickly as your brow products, I think this is very economical. And there was a time I didn't think brow palettes existed for my kind of brow hairs, because whenever I've seen brow palettes like this, especially at the drugstore, they are just for lighter hairs. So I am happy that I finally found one which is good for my hair. Okay, so this palette comes in a tin packaging like this. It's really cute, very handy, very travel friendly as well. You can slip it in your purse and you can carry it around. It's going to be like very sturdy. It has a nice closure as well. It doesn't open very easily. It has a nice sized mirror here, and there is a plastic sheet as well. It has all the shade names on top. There are 2 dual-ended brushes like this. The brushes are very nice. So these are the brushes which I'm using these days with the brow palette, and these are all the products in here. So these are the 3 waxes which you get. A deeper brown kind of a shade, ashy black shade, like a deep grayish ash shade. This is a clear wax, and 4 different powders. So if you have hair close to mine, then this palette is just perfect for you. And I also like that this palette has different shades as well, so in case anybody from your family also wants to use it and their hair is a little bit different, or a friend wants to use it, they will be able to use it as well. This is a pro palette, so makeup artists can use it as well on their clients. And I love that this one comes with the wax and the powders in one place. So you don't have to buy a pomade separately and powder separately. Everything is in one place, and you can use in combination, or you can use just the wax or just the powders, or both the things together. So in today's video I'm going to show you how I have created my brows using both the things together. Now about the formulation, I think the formulation is great. The clear wax is very helpful for just doing some natural brows, just putting some wax, clear wax on your eyebrows and putting a little bit of powder and get a natural brow. So I really like the consistency of the clear wax, and the pigmented waxes are also really good quality. They are creamy, but they are not too creamy. They have that wax like texture, and they will not slip and slide when you apply it on the brow. They are going to stay there, and they are not very creamy, so they do not blend away. So I love that, how pigmented and how waxy but not too waxy, how creamy but not too creamy they are. So they are perfect consistency, which I like. And the powders are really nicely pigmented but not overly pigmented, that you will be able to build up the colors. So I think this is a great brow palette. Before I go on to the demo, let me quickly show you the swatches. So I'll swatch the waxes first. So this is the brown one, which can be used on a little bit of a light brown, deeper brown hair. And then you have the deeper one, which is perfect for my kind of hair. And the clear one, I don't know if I have to show you guys. It's clear. I mean, you won't be able to see anything. So it's a clear wax. These are the waxes. See how they slide. So you can see they apply very smoothly. There is no skipping, and the pigmentation is great as well. Let me quickly show you the 4 powders as well. So this one is the deeper one, which I use. Ow. My finger just got caught in the palette, and it has a really strong magnetic closure. So just be very careful. Don't get your finger stuck inside the tin. Okay, it hurts a bit. Anyway, so here is the deeper one, which I use especially for this part of the eyebrows. This is what I use, the deeper one. Then you have a shade which is a little bit lighter, which also works great for me. Then you have another one which is a little bit less lighter, and then you have a lighter one. If you have lighter hair, then also this is going to work. See, look at that, lighter one. So these are the 4 shades of the brow powder. So all the colors, they are super nicely pigmented, very smooth powders, and they apply just amazingly well. So here are the shades one more time according to the sheet which is right here. I'll just tell you the name of the shades. So this is warm black brown, this one is a cool soft black, this one is a clear wax, this one is cool black brown, cool dark brown, warm medium brown, and warm light brown. Okay, so those are the descriptions as mentioned in the palette. Okay, so I think now let's go ahead and see the demo and see how I apply these products onto my brows to get this look. Okay guys, so let's get started with the demo. So I have my full face of makeup on, haven't done my brows, so I will do one side and show you what a difference brows can make. And just ignore my hair because I've just somehow kept them together. So here is the palette, the Brow Zings palette in medium deep. It comes with a very cool instruction sheet. So it has 4 styles of brows which you can do. The instructions are right here, so I think it's very handy. So there are 4 styles which you can do. One at the back, so you can do naturally beautiful brows in which you can apply the clear wax and then fill in with a powder that matches your brow hair. Then you can do soft and full brows where you can just use 2 shades of powder and fill in your brows to give them a little bit more dimension. Then we have defined brows in which you are just using the wax and filling up your brows. They are not using any sort of powder product in here, so you'll get more defined brows. And then you have bold brows in which you are using both wax and powder and creating a bolder look. You can also use different shades of the powder and create a more defined bolder look. So there are different ways in which you can play around with the shadows or the brow products which are there in this. So I am going to go with the bold brows today. Usually I apply this one like a soft brow using only the powders, probably 2 shades, sometimes just 1. But to show you how I do the wax and the powder together, I'm going to do the bold brows so that I can show you all the things in here. So let's go into the palette. The brushes in the palette are very handy. I use them, and I also have my own brush which I will be using as well. So here is my own brush. This is from Sonia Keshak. This brush has an angle to it at one end, and a spoolie at the other end. Really love this brush, comes in very handy. Okay, so first of all, I think I'm going to do this side of my brows. So first of all, I'm going to take this wax. I think this goes very well with my brow hairs, and I'll use the brush which they have given. The mirror also comes in very handy. So I'm going to use this wax and just define the brows first. And this is the angled brush which I'm going to use. Both of the angled brushes, they are for the waxes. So one side you can keep for the clear maybe, and the other which you can use for the colored ones. So I'll do a little bit of definition here. They don't like melt away when you apply. So I really like the texture. So here what I'm doing, I'm defining the shape of the brow. Just with a little bit of definition, you will see a difference. Okay. And then towards the end as well. Here I have missed a little spot. I'll define here. Okay. And for the bottom, I will also use the same brush and define a little bit here. Now it will all depend on the kind of brow you have. I will define just a little bit. I will not take it too inwards because the front part of my brow, I like to keep it more feathery and light. So I will take a little bit of the wax and make some strokes here like this. At this point, I like to take my other brush and just brush up my brow hairs up. So you can see already with the definition, it gives such a nice structure to the brows. Now I will fill in with the powders. So I'm taking the other brush. Now this other brush which is there is more of a flattish brush, and this is good for the powders. So the powders which I most of the time use, now I'm going to use these two shades. Okay, so this one will go in the front. So I'll just make strokes like this and fill it in. Okay, I also like to come with my other spoolie, and you can also use this spoolie. So this will give a nice well-defined look, and you have already placed the wax, so the powder is going to stick to the wax and the brows are going to stay in place. They are not going to budge. Next I will take the deeper color. Deeper color is not also like very black, it's like a darkened gray. So it matches my brow hairs very nicely. So I'll just go over the wax, set the wax, and then whatever is left extra, I will fill it wherever I feel I have sparse hair. Then at the end, I will brush the spoolie up. Okay, it's that simple. It hardly took, probably if I do it without the video, I will take 3 to 4 minutes only, not more than that, maybe even less than that. And look at the definition which I've got. And look what a difference the brows make to the face. If your brows are done, I think the whole makeup look comes together. Yeah, that's how I do my brows using the bold brows technique. If I have to do that naturally, I'll just use the soft brows, which is just using the powders. I will not use the wax, so it will give a more softer look. So yeah, I hope this demo is helpful. Okay guys, final thoughts. I think this palette has been the find of the year. I never thought that I will like an eyebrow palette. I always felt they were a little bit too complicated. They are going to take a lot of time, but trust me, once you get the hang of it, it's very quick. They hardly take any time, and I'm also super happy on how much money I have saved this year on eyebrow pencils. Seriously, I mean, this palette is a game changer for me, and I think it's totally worth the money, and I will totally recommend it. So that's it guys, that's it for today's video. I hope this video was helpful and you learned something new today. If you like this video, then please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new here, I really hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. Lot more palette reviews coming up, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching today. I will see you again really soon in my next video. Bye.